back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be talking about sequels that I want to read / need to read. So I did another video talking about series that I need to continue on with, and that video includes series that have many books that have already been published. So ones that are either still ongoing being published but I've got quite a few books to catch up on, or they are completed series where I've only read like one or two of the books in the series and want to continue on with. This video is going to be series that I have either are completely up to date with and I'm waiting for the next book that's going to be coming out in 2026, or there is a book that came out in 2025 that I didn't get to, but I am up to date with the series other than that. So that is kind of the criteria for this video. I need to either have be up to date with it and have like a 2025 release that I need to read, or I've read the 2025 release and I need to continue on in 2026, because I had quite a lot of series that I wanted to talk about where I read the first book in 2025 and obviously want to continue on, but obviously I can't continue on until that book is released. So I thought I would share this video, and I have 15 series that I want to talk about in this video, and I'm just going to dive straight into the books. I probably won't go too much into the plots of a lot of these because some of them are, as I say, sequels, so I don't want to spoil anything, so we're just kind of gonna go into them and I might give like a brief explanation but not too much detail, but let me know if you've read any of these ones as well, and if you are going to continue on with the series, I'd love to know your thoughts. And let's just dive straight into the book. So the first one I have to mention is The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk by Carissa Broadbent. This is book 4 in the Crowns of Nyaxia series and book 2 in the Shadowborn duet. So the Crowns of Nyaxia series is a series that is made up of 3 duets, and obviously, as I say, this is book 4. I have previously read the other ones, and I'm going to be picking up this at some point. This one is a vampire fantasy romance series, which I discovered in 2025, and Carissa Broadbent is quickly becoming one of my new favourite authors. I'm very much looking forward to diving into this one, although I have heard some mixed things, so we shall see how I get on with it. I will say the book 3, what was that one called? The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. I was expecting to really love that because I really liked the first duet, and whilst I did enjoy it, it wasn't as good as I was hoping it was going to be. I was expecting it to be a 5-star read, because one of the characters that we follow in here, Misha, I really liked her character in the first 2 books, so I was really looking forward to her romance and her books, but the third book didn't quite hit the spot for me. I still gave it 4 stars, but it didn't quite hit the mark for me, so I'm definitely interested to see how I get on with this one, and I think that's one of the reasons why I have put off picking up this one, because book 3 wasn't everything that I was hoping it would be, so hopefully this one will redeem itself. Then I have Broken Dove by Danny Francis. This is the second book in the Silver Elite series. I read book 1 obviously this year and I had a really good time with it. This one is a dystopian romance, and I think if you like Divergent back in the day, you would probably enjoy this one. It's not obviously identical, but it definitely has some similar elements that I think you will enjoy, and I'm definitely looking forward to continuing on with this series and seeing where it goes. I think I possibly may need to reread Silver Elite before Broken Dove, because I can remember enjoying it, but I don't remember all of the fine details, so I may reread it or look up a recap for that one before book 2 comes out, but I will definitely be checking out book 2 when it comes. Then I have Brimstone by Callie Hart. This is book 2 in the Fae and Alchemy series. This one only came out in November, so I'm not too mad that I haven't got to this one yet. I've heard mixed things about this one. Some people saying that they didn't love it as much as Quicksilver. Some people have said that they did really enjoy it, so I'm interested to see where I land on that scale. I read Quicksilver earlier in the year and really enjoyed it, had a really good time with it. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, and I'm definitely interested to see where the story progresses. I think I may need to read a recap of Quicksilver before diving into this one, just because it's been a little while since I read it, but I am definitely looking forward to getting back into this world and these characters, and I assume we will be getting book 3 in 2026 as well, so I definitely want to be caught up in preparation for that book to be released. Then we have The Thorn Queen by Sasha Payton Smith. This is book 2 in the Rose Bargain series, and I think this series is just going to be a duet. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I remember seeing that it's just going to be a duet. This one, I really enjoyed the first book. It is a fantasy / historical romance, and it is, I'm pretty sure it's young adult, but I did have a good time with it, and it definitely was a very interesting read. In this series, the young ladies that are in society have to make a bargain with the queen, and the queen is a fairy, and part of her bargains is that they will kind of like exchange something in return for the favour that she gives them, and it turns into this kind of game situation where she wants to find a wife for her husband, not a wife for her husband, a wife for her son, and she kind of sets up these games for like the eligible women to participate in, and they are quite gruesome trials that they go through, and this one ended on a cliffhanger, and I definitely want to be picking up book 2 when it comes out, which I think it's coming back out at the in the first few months of 2026, so I will definitely be picking that one up. Then we have King of Gluttony by Ana Huang, which is book 6 in the Kings of Sin series. If you've been following my channel, you'll probably know that I really love this series, and I am up to date. I recently read King of Envy, which is book 5, and it's definitely one of my favourites of the year. I love this relationship between Vuk and Ayana, and I'm definitely eager to see what happens in the 6th book, and this one's going to be following Sebastian and Maya, and those are characters that we've seen throughout this series, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what their romance brings, and I'm sure it's going to be a great time. Ana Huang's books really hit the spot for me, so I'm definitely looking forward to picking up a new one from her. She will also be having book 3 in the Game of Gods series, which is called The Keeper, but I am still yet to read The Defender, so I didn't want to include it on here because I'm not up to date on that series, but I will also be looking forward to that one as well. Then we have Rights of the Starling, which is book 2 in the Shields of Sparrow series by Devney Perry. This was Devney Perry's first fantasy romance series. She typically writes contemporary romance, romantic suspense, and this one was her first fantasy romance, and I really enjoyed this one. This one was I think I gave it 4 stars. It was a solid start to the series, and I'm definitely interested to see what she does next with this series. I think it's got a lot of potential to be really good. There were a few things in here that felt a little bit predictable, but overall I had a good time and definitely do want to continue on with the series. The cover for this, obviously this cover is beautiful, and the cover for the 2nd book, which will be on screen, is also really pretty. I've already pre-ordered the Waterstones special edition, which has a gorgeous sprayed edge, and we'll have something similar to this. I'll put on screen what the sprayed edge is going to look like on the Waterstones edition, but I can't wait to pick this up and read that 2nd book when it comes out. Then we have book 6 in the Dream Harbour series. So this is by Laurie Gilmore. This is obviously book 5, The Gingerbread Bakery, which I really enjoyed. And the Daisy Chain Flower Shop is book 6, as I mentioned. This is a small town romance series that is very, very popular. Obviously, a lot of people have read this. As book 1 is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which kind of blew up a few years ago now, and we're now up to book 6. I am definitely looking forward to this 6th book. The characters were introduced in this one. I don't think we'd seen them previously, but they definitely were mentioned in this one. Daisy was mentioned, and I'm looking forward to seeing how her story plays out. And the covers for this series are absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to have this one in my hands. The cover for the new book is really pretty, as have all the ones in this series been. So yes, definitely highly anticipating that one. Then we have Daybreak, which is book 2 in the Sorrow Song University series by Autumn Woods. This one's just going to be a duet, and the cover recently got announced for Daybreak, and I'm very much looking forward to picking this one up. This one is a kind of dark academia story. We have Ophelia, who goes to this university because she wants to find out some secrets that she thinks were her parents died in this helicopter crash, and she thinks it wasn't fully an accident. So she goes to this prestigious university to kind of see what she can uncover about her parents' death, and she ends up getting involved with the son of the guy that she thinks may be involved with her parents' death. And I really enjoyed the first book, and I'm definitely interested to see where this story goes. And yeah, can't wait to pick up that one. It's been waiting a long time for that, because Daybreak only, like, the date and the title and all of that, all the information about the second book only got released very recently, because I read the first book, and which is called Nightshade, is it? Yeah, Nightshade. And I read that and I was like, when's the sequel coming out? And at the time when I read it, there wasn't any announcement about the sequel, so I've been desperately waiting for the sequel. I think we've still got a bit of time to wait. It's not coming out until end of July next year, so still quite a while to wait for it, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Then we have Death at Daffodil Inn by R.L. Kilmore. This is book 2 in the Cinnamon Falls series. I read book 1 in November, I think it was, or October, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun read, and I'm definitely interested to see what happens next in the series. This is like a cozy mystery series with a little bit of romance in there, and I'm definitely interested to see what this author does in book 2. There were some things that I didn't like in the first book, so I want to see if that's improved upon in book 2. And the character that it's going to follow, the characters that we're going to follow, were introduced in that first book, and yeah, I think if you're looking for a cozy mystery, this one will definitely fit the bill. This one's actually coming out in February, because it's got kind of the spring theme with the daffodils. But yeah, definitely looking forward to picking up that one, and we'll see what we make of it when it comes out. Then the next one is Grim Tidings by B.K. Borison. This one was the first book that I read, Good Spirits. This came out in like October time this year, but I read it over the Christmas period. And this one follows a romance between a ghost of Christmas past and when he's sent to kind of haunt our female main character. There is a question of why, because she seems to be like a perfect character. She doesn't know why the ghost of past would be haunting her, and this one was okay for me. I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. A lot of people really loved this one. It didn't quite live up to the hype for me, but I am still eager to pick up book 2, and it's going to be called Grim Tidings. We haven't got a cover yet for this one because it's not coming out until September, but it's going to be a let's see. A runaway Grim Reaper tries to save a life. She clashes with a skeptical guardian, forcing them to form an unlikely partnership beyond the grave. So yeah, this one's going to be following a Grim Reaper and a guardian. It says it's an angel, enemies to lovers, angel and reaper, grumpy and grumpy romance, star-crossed lovers. So looking forward to picking up that one. I'm definitely eager to see what the cover's going to look like, because this cover is really pretty. So I hope we get something similar. I think the theme for the second book is going to be purple, just judging by what we've had released online, but we haven't had the full cover yet. So definitely looking forward to checking that out when it becomes available. Then the next one we have is The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. This one is book 2 in the Spell Shop series, which came out in 2025. I haven't got to this one yet, but I do have it on hold from the library, so I will be getting a copy of that at some point. I read The Spell Shop this year and was really blown away by it. I had such a good time with it. It is a cozy fantasy and I just loved reading it. It was really fun reading experience. It's definitely a low stakes cozy read and I just really enjoyed it at the time when I picked it up, and this one I'm very much looking forward to. There is also going to be a third book coming out in 2026 which is called Sea of Charms, and this has a beautiful cover. This whole series, the covers are absolutely stunning and I definitely want to be catching up, getting up to date on it so I can read book 3 when it comes out in 2026. Then we have The Bond That Burns by Briar Boleyn. This is book 2 in the Bloodwing Academy series. I read book 1, which was On Wings of Blood, in October, and I had a really good time with it. This is a vampire series and it is a vampire like school that it follows, and we follow 2 characters in the school. It's their romance and I am definitely interested to see where this one goes. Book 3 is also coming out in 2026 and that's called The Wings That Bind. I have that one pre-ordered, so I definitely need to get to this one in preparation for book 3 coming out, and whilst the story is relatively fresh in my mind. But yeah, really looking forward to diving into this one. We start to see some dragons coming into this as well, so I'm interested to see how that's going to play out in book 2. And then the next one that I have to mention is Throne of Secrets by Kerri Manasalco, which is book 2 in the Prince of Sin series. This is another series following the 7 Deadly Sins, and I really liked book 1 and I'm definitely interested to pick this one up. We then will be having a third book coming out in 2026 also, which is called Throne of Nightmares, which I have also pre-ordered. This one is a fantasy romance series, as I say, following the 7 Deadly Sins, and I am intrigued to see where this one goes. I'm pretty sure each romance is like a standalone romance set in the same world, so I don't know if you necessarily need to read them in order. I'll obviously need to dive into this one to see whether you need to read them in order. This is also a spin-off series, or it's set in the same world as this author's Kingdom of the Wicked series, which I'm yet to read, but I will be at some point. But yeah, really looking forward to diving into book 2. And then the next 2 books that I have to mention, we have very little information about them in terms of there's no cover, and I don't think there's any like synopsis for them either. Oh no, there might be a small synopsis, but there's definitely no covers been announced for these yet. So the first one is Warrior of the Shards by Sarah Hawley. This is book 3 in the Shards of Magic series. This one's actually the final book. It's just going to be a trilogy. I've really enjoyed the first 2 books and I'm definitely interested to see where we go with this story. Book 2 ended on a cliffhanger. Obviously I won't spoil it too much. But this is a Fae romance set in the Fae world. Our female main character, Medra, is it? No, Medra's in the other one, Kenna. Kenna gets brought into the Fae world and things start getting discovered and revealed. I don't want to spoil it too much. I know in one of my previous videos I talked about the book, and it was really hard to talk about without spoiling, like particularly the sequel. It's really hard to talk about it without spoiling the events of the first book. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that conclusion. And the other one is Earthbound by Sarah L. Arifi. This one is also book 3 in a series. It's the Faebound series, and this one is also going to be the final book. And I'm definitely looking forward to see where this all wraps up. I discovered this series this year and I had a really good time with the first 2 books, so I think the third one hopefully will live up to the hype. But they are all of the sequels that I want to read / hopefully will read. Let me know if you have any of different ones on your list, if you have read any of the ones that I've talked about, and what you think of them, and I will see you in my next video.